Hello, bonjour Alberta. Did you know that at least 238,000 people speak Français in Alberta? And those numbers just keep on growing? Oui, oui, c'est vrai, it's true. And thanks to Shaw TV Community Access Programming, we get to reach out to everyone to let you know all about special people, places, events, and activities happening right here in this great province, in both English and en français. That's right, mes amis. We begin the first part of our program in English, and then we repeat it en français. So stay with us. Restez à l'écoute.
Welcome once again to Hello, Bonjour, Alberta. I'm Anne Boiteau, and this is season 12. We are celebrating the twinning of the cities of Calgary and Quebec City, also the linguistic duality of Alberta. And so we have with us tonight Martine Couture, founder of Crestars Chinese Cresteds.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. And Dewayne Laplante, who's the co-founder of that same group.
Hello, good evening.
And who do we have with us tonight? Oreo?
Yes, we do have Oreo, who is Dwayne's twin. And he is 8 years old. He is a Chinese crested powder puff. And this is Bugsy. He is a 14-and-a-half-year-old, and he's also a powder puff. They've both been clipped down. And this is our little Blitz, who we call Baby Blitz. And this is Didi.
So I'm going to ask you a little bit before we start on these beautiful little dogs. I'm going to ask you where you're from and how did you end up in Alberta, Martine?
Oh boy, this is a little bit of a long story. I just finished. I'm from a small town called Stratford in the Eastern Townships. And if you want to situate it a little bit, it's almost between Sherbrooke and Lac Mégantic. And how I finished my grade 12, and there was some people who were traveling to Calgary to come and see if what Calgary was all about. So
you joined them?
I just hopped on the trip, and I really never turned back.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, I was young. I went back a little bit for a few months, and then I got a job at Smith Bill Hat for the cowboy hat, and shortly after I started working for the Calgary Board of Education, and it's been 35 years.
And Dwayne?
I came out here in 1983 on a vacation to visit my relatives. I'm
from where?
Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Ah.
And we had about 1.5 feet of snow, and when I arrived there, it was like 10, 12 degrees Chinook. Never looked back, sold the ticket to go back home, and I've been here since.
Wow. And did you two know each other, or how
No.
did you meet?
We met at work. I used to work for the school board as well, Calgary Board of Education. And she had a fantastic candy dish in front of her desk every time, and I just happened to have to go by there every day and grab a candy out of her bowl. And we started talking, and so she was going to the park one day up to Banff, and I said, oh, I'm living down in the west end of the city by Bowness Park, down in sunny Bowness, as I used to like to call it, or still call it. And she came down there for a walk instead of going to Banff. We came down there in the park and never looked back. It'll be 11 years this April.
Wow, very nice. And how did all these beautiful little dogs come along?
Well,
did you have one before?
Oh, yes.
A long time ago?
Yes. A lady that I used to know from the dog show introduced me to a powder puff. Her name was Goldie, and she says, oh, yeah, she got her from the United States, and she says, I really don't know if they're for me. And of course, I just fell in love with that little bundle of joy. And then I started studying the breed a little bit. That's when I found out they also came hairless. And then I've talked to the breeder, and I bought one, and then it was a snowball.
And Dewayne, you fell in love with these little dogs
Well,
too?
when we first dated, when I went to her house, she asked me, she says, "Do you like dogs?" I said, "Yes, I like dogs," but I didn't expect to see 17 when I showed up.
I had 17 at the time.
At the time,
But not,
because of a
not
litter.
Chinese Crested.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah,
I
all
had
Chinese Crested.
I think I had 2 litters at that time,
Yeah, it was
and then
a lot of
the
puppies.
the numbers went up.
And if the main dog at the time, Zach, passed away by now, and she actually said that was a test. If I didn't pass the dogs, I wasn't getting a second date.
So
They're a very good judge of
you
character.
got 100%.
They are judge character, and I can see right now, right here, you guys are all good people because they love all of you.
Ah, they're so nice. So tell me a little bit about the breed. I sort of read a little bit beforehand, and what I read was that they were, this is a breed of dog that is really, really good with handicapped people?
Extremely good, yes. Originally
For comfort or
for comfort, and they're very intuitive. Many people that have chronic pain, like for example, fibromyalgia and things like that, or anxiety, and they will sense this, and they usually calm people down. And they think they're originally from either South Africa or South America. And the Chinese people, when they were traveling on their ships years and years and years ago, took them on board as ratters. And they spread them around the world that way, but we still don't know if it's really the true story. And Chinese Crested, there are very many, there are quite a few breeds that are hairless, and they all have a coated version, like the Mexican hairless, for example. Not too many people know that. They have a coated version, and it's a short coat, but only the Chinese Cresteds have the long coat version.
So you said, for example, if you let his hair grow, it would be as long as the hair that's on the ears, right?
Oh yes,
Very long.
Yes, I have pictures that his coat almost touches the ground. They almost look like a miniature Afghan.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, and they're called powder puff.
Yeah,
That type
Chinese
of
Crested Powder Puff and Chinese Crested Hairless.
hairless.
And I actually have one of my puppy. He lives with, he was he was the first Chinese Crested in Canada to be certified as
Service dog.
a service dog.
Oreo's brother.
Yep, actually, yes.
Sydney.
Oh.
Yeah.
And because his owner have some issues with internal organs, and he really, the dog really sense it. He actually
Alerts
goes
him
and
knows,
yes. So they are very, very intuitive.
Wow. And so you were breeding at a certain time for other people as well as for yourself?
Yes, Chinese Crested used to be, they got recognized in Canada as a purebred breed in 1992. And then since we could show them, then the fun started, and then other people wanted. So we got into a little bit of breeding, and not so much now. I breed about every 2 years or so, and then once they like other breeds, they have some health tests that they have to go through, and once everything is passed, then you think about another mate or a bloodline that is suitable for what I have and so on. But I'm getting older, and then we're slowing
hard,
down
with puppies, yes. And do they have any special problems, health issues, that breed of dogs, or pretty
The hairless
healthy?
ones, the true hairless, they have, it's almost like a hippopotamus or an elephant. They'll grow tusks
Oh,
and baby teeth, and like they can be like 2.5 inches long that go all the way down their jaw. There's
Yes.
some amazing, it's quite an amazing breed. I was quite shocked by some of the differences, like with the hairless, and they have some familiarities with other animals, like I say, an elephant or a hippopotamus.
Yes. Actually, Darwin found that the hairless genes brought tusk. Like an
Oh.
elephant is hairless, it has
Yes.
tusk. Pig actually are born with
Pig,
tusk.
hippopotamus.
Yeah.
and do
I'm
they
not
have
gonna
to
say
be
that.
removed when they're?
No, they're just pointing. You can see that sometimes they're a little bit more pointy, the canines. They will point a little bit more.
Well, she's
Yeah.
had hers taken out, right?
The baby one.
Yeah.
But
And,
and their health issue really,
No
they're
way.
pretty. Oh, can you grab him?
Oh,
Whoops.
you going for a tour,
runaway.
Bugsy?
Yes.
Not too much health issues.
Come this way, buddy.
Because as any good breeders, you will do health testing for eyes, and sometimes they are like people. When they are young, they go through a teenage period, and they will actually have pimples like
like
teenagers
acne.
have.
Really?
Yes. And when they get a little bit older, like this one here, Didi, you can see the age spots.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they go through the same thing, and we keep them moisturized, and
Same in the summer, yeah, they'll get a suntan.
yeah.
Yes?
Their coats will turn
So
to
I noticed that this little baby one
Baby
has a
Blitz.
little pink color, a little bit of pink under
Yes, usually
around the muzzle and the on the belly a little bit.
Yep, the white part usually turns pink a little bit. And some of
Nice.
them actually, when they are a little nervous or shy, the white part of their body will actually flush pink.
almost like they're
That's
blushing.
very
Yeah.
close to humans, eh?
Yes.
From what you're describing. And are they mostly white and gray and black? Those are the colors for.
No,
Or
they
can they
can
be
come
different
in
colors?
any colors.
What do you call it, a palomino?
Yeah, Palomino, we have one at home. He's almost like a gold statue. His body color is almost gold.
Wow.
Gold and white, yes.
We couldn't bring him because she's in heat, and he would have just went crazy.
Yeah, that didn't work so good.
Oh, yes. So I noticed the hairless ones, they have hair on the paws though, and a lot on the head as well.
Yes, on the extremities and the tail.
Okay.
For even all the hairless, that's why they're called, I guess that must be the word crested, because they have a crest, and it's their feet and tail. Whereas the powder
Okay.
puffs,
All over.
he'll grow, all over,
Ah, nice. Very nice. And do they bark? Are they a barking?
Only when a leaf falls off the tree or a pine cone.
But that's not actually true.
No, but
it's
yeah.
that because we have 9, if one let a little woof, which would be all done, then there's 8 others that lets a little woof.
Yeah.
So
Then they go on the chair, the perch, or by the door, or on the bench looking out the window.
Oh my God.
If we had all of them here, you should hear them sing. They're a pretty good choir.
yeah.
Oh, yes. They're very nice. Well, they are very well behaved here,
Oh.
They like you guys.
surprisingly. Yes, for 4 of them. Well, we thank you so much for coming. This is all the time we have to
Thank
talk
you.
about those wonderful dogs. And for all of you out there, please stay with us. We continue en français.